Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I'm a little more quieter than usual. That's because my parents are literally in their bedroom and my dad is screaming. So if you hear any screaming, then that's my father. Don't know what's wrong with him right now. He's playing his game. So he's playing a game, I think, and we're just gonna read this. This is called Child Shigaraki times listener. Let's do this. Your name. No quirk. 23 years old. Shigaraki is 4. Oh, also, this is not romantic. Not romantic! This child is 4. We're taking care of a 4-year-old child. Okay. I'm already going cutesy moments. I'm already having cutesy moment right now. Sorry, guys. Okay. You were walking home from school. Wait. Let's do this 1 second. Taking him home. You were walking home from work, and you hear soft crying. That sounds like a child, you think. You go the direction you hear the sound, and see the back of a person shaking. And you whisper, "Hey, are you okay?" As you say that, a small blue-haired boy jumps up and backs away like a cornered animal. "It's okay," you say, sitting against the opposite wall of the alley. "I'm not gonna hurt you, I promise." He seemed calm. He seemingly calmed a little at your comment, still not having the courage to come close to you. He looks like he's been on the streets for a while. He's dirty and skinny, you think. "Are you hungry?" you ask. He gives a small nod. You get up to go to the restaurant that was right across the street. "Stay here, I'll be right back," you tell him. You go across the street and order a bowl of ramen to go, and take it back to the alley. Here you go. You look like you really need this," you say to him. He generally takes it, and the second you saw it, it was gone. You really were hungry, huh?" you say, amused to him. "Here, come with me. We'll get you cleaned up," you say to him, holding out your hand for him to take. He absolutely was scared of you because he didn't take your hand. "What's wrong?" you asked him. He looks around for something, and his eyes fell on a trash can that was right beside him. Touches it and instantly disintegrates. "Oh," you say, dumbfounded. "Here then," you say, holding out your pinky finger. He then wraps his pinky around yours, and you walk home together. At home. Once you get home, you walk inside, and he is visibly tense. "It's okay." You place a hand on his back gently, not wanting to scare him more than he already was. He somewhat calmed a little at the sound of your voice. He must have been through a lot. He's so scared, you think. You then lead him to the bathroom to give him a bath. "I know you might not want to, but you really need it," you say. "You have dirt all over your clothes and face." After he undressed and gets in the bath, you throw his clothes in the washer. Your apartment was small, but you were lucky to have a washer and dryer in the apartment when you moved. After he got out of the bath and got dressed, you made dinner while he sat on the floor in the living room playing with small toys you found. After dinner, he went right back to playing with the assortment of small items while you worked on something on the computer for work. You could see he was struggling to stay awake. "Are you tired?" you asked him quietly. A little, he said in a voice so small you almost couldn't hear it. "Come here," you say, lifting him off onto the couch. He immediately went in between your arms. He was so precious, she thought, smiling. "Oh, I forgot to ask, what's your name?" You asked softly. "Tinko," he responded. "Okay, good night, Tinko," you say, kissing him on the forehead. After running your hand through his soft, fluffy hair a few times, he passed out in your arms. You both fell asleep together and stayed that way for the rest of the night. Bonds. You woke up the next morning to Kenko laying on your chest, passed out cold. He looked so peaceful, lightly snoring in your arms. You gently moved him to get up and ready for the day, not wanting to disturb him because he was so tired the night before and needed sleep desperately. You got into the shower, changed your clothes, and went into the kitchen to start breakfast. You made a cup of tea or coffee or preferred drink and started breakfast. As you were halfway done make food, Tanko got up, rubbing his eyes, and walked into the kitchen to see the amazing smell. As you looked over, you seen him slowly walk up to you, still seeing the cloudiness of sleep in his eyes. "Good morning, Tenko," you say in a light, cheery voice, bending down to him. "How'd you sleep?" As you said that, he gently hugged your leg, kind of groaning as he was still tired. "I'm making breakfast right now. Are you hungry?" you asked him. He gently nodded his head, looking as if he was about to fall back asleep. "Okay, go sit down and I'll bring you your plate when I'm done," you said as he trudged trotted over to the couch and laid down again. As you finished, he put your plates on the table and went over to the couch to get Tomura. He was curled in a ball, sleeping so peacefully you didn't even want to wake him. Tanko, breakfast is ready," you said softly, shaking him. He slowly opened his eyes and looked at you with what you could describe was puppy dog eyes. He slowly stood up and walked to the table. You ate in mostly silence as you explained to him what there was going, what they were going to do for the day. You both got ready to leave the house. That day, you were going to go to Child Protection Services to see what happened to his family. Then, when you mentioned his family, he visibly tensed up. So you concluded that something must have happened. As you held his pinky in yours, as you walked down the street, he looked like he was walking to his extinction. You pulled him a little closer, and he was really stressed out. So you took your pinky from his and rubbed the back like how you had done when you first arrived at your house, and that seemed to smooth his nerves. As you walked in, a woman came up to you and asked how she could help. You told her about Tenko's situation, and she leaned him to a sort of play area while she talked to you. After a while, she would talk to him. You told her his name and whatever other information you could, and saw that he had a granddaughter who was a famous hero. Shouldn't she be looking for him then, you thought? His household consisted of a mother, a sister, mother, and father, a normal family, as you thought. And as she finished talking to you, she walked to where he was sitting, fiddling with random toys. As soon as she mentioned the word family, his eyes got wide and he started bawling. You gently scooched over to hold him. He clenched onto your sweater that instantly disintegrated. You quickly pulled his hands from you and he didn't accidentally disintegrate you. I didn't mean to. It was an accident, he said between sobs. What do you mean? You asked. He couldn't get out an answer because he was crying too hard. The woman decided not to ask any more questions. She told you she would send people to his house to investigate. You agreed and left with him. He was still sniffling when you had left, so you decided to go home and let him relax. As you unlocked your apartment door, you sat him down and closed the door. His eyes were red from crying. He looked really stressed and anxious. You were the only one who could smooth his nerves, so you picked him up and carried him to the couch and turned on a movie. He was sitting next to you and was snuggling up to your side, burying his face into your side. After a while, he had fallen into a peaceful sleep. Toward the end of the movie, you had gotten a call from CPS. I sent police officers over to his house and found his entire family dead. There were no bodies, just small remains. The officers are going to form an investigation, but it may be a cold case since there is such a lack of evidence. What you decide is your choice. You can give him to us, and we can find distant relatives who will be willing to take care of him. And if we can't find any, he will have to go into an orphanage. You could sign adoption papers, and he'll be your son. But you can call us back when you make your decision, she explained. Okay, I'll call you back when I decide. you said. No wonder he was so anxious. He probably witnessed his family being killed right in front of him. You already knew what you were going to do. You knew that you had formed such a strong bond with him. If he was going to another family, he wouldn't be comfortable with anyone else but you. You were lonely and he was lonely. You knew he wanted to keep him. You looked back over to see him still sleeping. And the blissful look, and it made you smile. Yes, you knew that he were meant to be. You knew this was where you were meant to be. Okay, guys, that was the end of this. This is not the finishing of it, but it is not. I don't think this is the end yet, but there is going to be more soon, and I don't know when that's going to be. But I really enjoyed reading it. It was super duper cute, and this was by Kayla M. 656 on Wattpad. It was an amazing story, and I usually read all my stories on Wattpad. Most of them have been on Wattpad, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.